It's one thing for food to be nasty. There's another thing when people treat you nasty. Let me tell you something. Jamaicans are being used, simped, sunned, and everything else, and being used and manipulated to fight with Netta because they running out of ammo and stuff to say and do. So it doesn't get any more nastier than someone deeming you so daft, so soft skulled, so slow that they can manipulate you to fight their battles for them so they can keep mess going. Like you do realize that's what they're saying about you. They really don't care about what you have to say. You just add to the fray. All right. They're running out of people to use. So you're convenient. And I guess by them getting you on board, they're basically calling you stupid. You're stupid enough to fall for it and participate, pretty much. You're stupid enough to fall for something that simple that someone said your food nasty and you'll just get all up in rah 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 and fall for it. And you're so offended. They're basically calling you stupid, especially in light of the following information on my screen. Yeah, you would have to be kind of um, missing something in your life for you to ignore that as of July of this year. Jamaica has had a travel advisory for a level 3, urging citizens and others to reconsider traveling to your country because you all have been behaving in bad taste. That to the point is dangerous. They're telling people it's dangerous to be there. It's dangerous to be around you because your crime levels are off the chain. They are through the roof, and you all don't seem to be able to do anything with it or about it. Your government corruption, it is so severe to the point that the last sentence of the country's summary says the following: when arrests are made, cases are infrequently prosecuted to a final verdict and sentence. Meaning, somebody commit crimes, once they find someone to arrest, it's not very likely that they're going to get a conviction. So they'll be back out to do it all over again. But you're worried about how someone else's taste buds feel about your food. I think this would be more important. What's on my screen, right? Because it tastes this is horrible taste for the following to be taking place. Violent crimes occurs throughout Jamaica. Tourist areas generally see lower rates of violent crime than other parts of the country. However, if you go over there to that State Department travel advisory page, you scroll down, Kingston, all of the Montego Bay, all of these major places where tourists hang out at, the embassy employees are not allowed to visit them. Now, anyone from America know if the embassy can't go, they can't come and help us. So guess what that means? We're not going either. Okay. So that's bad taste. Okay. The homicide rate, that means what you're doing to each other. The homicide rate reported by your government, your Jamaican government, is among the highest in the entire Western Hemisphere. Can you believe that? And you're worried about taste buds? Are you safe to go outside right now? How do you feel safe walking probably about 3 miles, 4 miles, filming your day-to-day interaction and letting us see what's going on over there? Do you feel safe doing that? Do you feel safe enough to handle whatever is going on and using the internet to speak out against it? That's a negative. Very telling. Armed robberies and sexual assaults are common. So that means women are not safe over there. So the last thing you need to be worried about, it would be someone's taste buds, right? The US Embassy routinely receives reports of sexual assaults, including from US citizen tourists at resorts. US citizens report slow or unsatisfactory response to serious criminal incidents. So, do you care to share with us what would lead a federal entity to tell everyone, don't go over there, you're not safe? That's not a good idea, huh? And you're worried about Netta's taste buds. Now, I've never deemed Jamaican people to be slow, daft, soft skulled. I've never deemed them that way. But I find it interesting that e- e- someone did hate your culture enough and think that you all are so slow that they weaponized your culture to be sucked into a pee contest about someone's God-given taste buds. The food nasty to them is nasty to them. I think your food nasty also because it seemed like you used the same seasoning blends for everything. I mean, I like the comp. I mean, I, I can't think of anything else. I mean, I hate to admit it. When I was traveling there, I had to be drunk the whole time because I was just hungry. So I had no choice but to keep drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking because I was hungry and I didn't like the food. So I was hungry. So because I was hungry, I just had to keep drinking. Okay. Cosmo after Cosmo, Cosmo after Cosmo, 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 Manhattan, Manhattan, Manhattan. I mean, I just had to keep drinking them because I was hungry. I couldn't eat the food, but I had fun. It was because of my friends, or because I really had fun, or was it that I don't know. This was some time ago, and I ain't been back since because I had never been so drunk so long in my whole life, and I never want. I mean, I'm not even gonna go into the Jamaican story, but anyway. And it's weird because when I had friends who were Jamaican or guys I was dating who were Jamaican when I was younger and they would cook and stuff, their food didn't taste like your food when I went, on vacation with my girlfriends. But I mean, I didn't like it. It was just not for me. But anyway, I did like conch though. But the point I'm making is how you let them simp y'all like that? How did you let them weaponize your country when something like this so severe and serious going on for you to be windmilling about somebody's tongue and taste buds, the roof of their mouth, their lips, their teeth, their palate, and everything else? How did you let somebody simp you and their actions show that they think you are so stupid and daft that you'll be fired up about somebody else's taste bud preferences and what they thought about food? And then be demanding an apology. Are y'all okay over there? You don't sound rational. Ugh, girl. Mm, 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 mm. I'm moving along. It's that time of year, y'all, for initiations. Y'all gonna start seeing a lot of initiations taking place. A lot of people coming to the forefront, front and center, especially near as we're nearing the end of the month. We're gonna keep seeing these very weird transitions of people passing away and stuff, mysterious deaths and stuff. We're gonna keep seeing all of that as we come into their new year. I did see something that has concerned me tremendously, and I know what it's like, especially when it's less than 10 years after losing, a close loved one. Now, this, you know, I'm gonna just say it, Kev on stage. You all don't remember. We have been supporting Kev on stage since Kevin's stage. They were in that little apartment with the brown sofa, the leather brown sofa. And the boys were really, really, really little, and we've watched him evolve and grow. And he has done an amazing thing. He's done a lot of works and beautiful works and stuff like that. But since he's still dealing with grief, a lot of grief right now, and it's painful for him. As Christians, we don't do a good job of really managing grief. We just don't. I'll be praying for you, but For the most part, we're left alone with our grief. But anyway, now this was last year sometime. I noticed that he started drinking. I did. And now he's currently traveling and he's drinking now. And so my question is, have we evolved to the point as Christians that we're just okay with alcohol? Do we still deem alcohol as a threat and a sin? And drunkenness is something the Bible warns against for a reason. It warns us against drunkenness. It's just too much intermingling and mixing. And when that starts taking place, it will lead you somewhere that it is so hard to get you back to where you were in Christ. The intermingling turns into something else because then we start presenting a form of Christianity that is almost like idolatry. You start presenting to people this ideal that is suitable for you to continue doing what you do, but it doesn't lead to salvation. You know, there is no way to question how everything happened, how he was blessed, why he was blessed. It wasn't just because, out of the blue. No, he worked tremendously hard, but the grace of God and the power of God, favor of God was with him. And it is very evident. But right now, I can imagine he's probably very angry right now, even with God, because that was his brother. And that's hard. That's, I can't find words for it. That's indescribable amount of pain. But I'm not having this conversation for the sake of judging him, but more so to ask you all, please start praying more for people who are grieving than we do. I'm serious. We get prayer as they're coming into like hospice and things like that and leading up to the transition. But after that, we don't really pray for people who are grieving like that. And I just want to ask you to pray for them consistently, not just immediately for years to come, because it's going to take years to get them through. And the reason why the battle is so heavy and so hard because they don't have enough people praying for them, to be honest with you. That's the problem. That's the breakdown. So, um, I mean, even seeing Melissa try beer was just like someone has to be the standard bearer right now while he's hurting. You get what I'm saying? But then Melissa is a submissive wife, very submissive wife, very good wife, always been a good wife. And she got to hold the line. She got to hold the line. I know it's going to be hard too, but if neither of them are able to at this time, someone does need to be intervening and interceding. And not only that, understanding and having a great deal of compassion for his pain. Why did I bring this up at the same time I mentioned the initiations and stuff? Because what he's experiencing, I'm not saying him particular, absolutely not. I'm not saying him. It's applicable to him. Let me give that disclaimer now. Not applicable to him. When a lot of people are going through pain, that is the greatest breach spiritually for us. We are extremely vulnerable. Extremely vulnerable spiritually. Um, and pain can lead us all kinds of places and make decisions and just trying to self-soothe, you know, medicate, just try to make it through the pain, try to stop hurting. And those who are part of certain kinds of organizations, they'll try to recruit you during that time for a reason because their offering is the following to make the pain stop. So you have to be mindful of that and very prayerful. Okay. All right. I am running right now because I made myself a promise to get in and out of this gym before 9 o'clock. Can't wait to read y'all comments. Toodles.